Football has been a playground favourite since schools began back in the Victorian times. But the playground version of football had very different rules to that of the FA. And remember, this was playground football from a different time. Only boys played football back then, whilst girls at playtime, well, I've no idea what they did. Anyhow, here are the 10 rules of playground football. Rule 1. Numbers on a team could vary from 5 to 14 players. There did not need to be the same number of players in each team. By using a on-the-hoof handicap system, you knew that if the other team had 2 useless players, it did not matter so much if they had more players than you. Rule 2. The worst player was always the goalie. Rule 3. The owner of the ball could decide who was allowed to play in the match. He would also act as a referee for non-important decisions, such as throw-ins. However, for big calls like penalties, that was left to the best players. Rule 4. If the owner of the ball would not allow you to play, you could gain some credit for future matches by acting as a ball boy when the ball went out of play. Normally, 2 sessions as a ball boy would secure future game time. Rule 5. There were no offsides. However, goal hanging was greatly frowned upon, and any goal scored via a goal hanger would be disallowed. Persistent goal hanging could lead to a future ban on playing. Rule 6. It was only a foul if you fell over and scraped your knee on the playground tarmac. The exception to this was trips and pushes leading to penalties. This was more readily given, as penalties are always exciting. Rule 7. Remember the useless player in goal? Well, for penalties, he was removed and the best player was allowed to stand in just for the penalty shot. Rule 8. The goalposts were either jumpers, school bags, or, if you were lucky, the playground bins. The height of the crossbar was determined by how high the goalkeeper could jump with his hands raised above his head. Any shot higher than that was concluded to be over. Rule 9. To distinguish the 2 teams, one team would wear their school jumpers or blazers, whilst the others would play in their white school shirts. Arguments over this would be common in the cold winter or the scorching hot summer months. Rule 10. The game was over when the lunchtime bell would ring. The exception to this was if there was a corner or penalty. The game could continue until the teacher arrived in the playground to line up everybody to go back into class. And there you have it. 10 simple rules. No VAR, no second phase offside, no confusing rules about handball. Maybe some brief analysis by the kids about a particular good save or glaring miss, but for no more than the walk from the playground back to the class. After all, there's another match tomorrow, and who knows what that may bring.